Filipino tennis stardom, one of the biggest sportswear corporations in the world, Nike, has offered Alex Eala a massive 3-year contract worth an incredible $45 million. You heard right. $45 million for a rising tennis star who has been making waves in the sport. But this is where it becomes really interesting and, to be honest, pretty dramatic. The current world number one, Aryna Sabalenka, has been with Nike for years, but they are ignoring her at the same time that they are setting up the red carpet for Eala. Nike believes Alex Eala is the tennis player of the future, especially in the Asian market, based on their close monitoring of her. Reports state that thousands of people have flocked to the streets to see Eala perform. The overwhelming excitement around her made Nike know they had to move fast. Why? Because other people were also considering it. Nike did not want Coco Gauff to recur, while Adidas and New Balance were also actively competing for Eala. Remember when Nike lost the Coco Gauff to New Balance? Since that disastrous failure, the brand has been kicking itself. Despite the fact that golf has become one of tennis's most marketable sports, Nike allowed her to slip by them. They decided not to make the same mistake twice. As a result, they jumped at the opportunity to work with Eala. Is it truly your fault? The buzz surrounding Eala is undeniable at this moment. Numerous reports assert that the deal is worth $45 million over 3 years, with potential add-ons that might raise its value even more, even though neither Nike nor Eala's side have confirmed the official contract details. But this is the worst part. Eala is getting more than just a standard endorsement contract. She is being promoted as Nike's face in Southeast Asia. That's a huge deal, guys. Nike is making a big bet on Eala's fame to increase sales and brand recognition across Southeast Asia by successfully designating her as their regional ambassador. Think about what that means. In addition to financial support, Nike is investing heavily in Eala's future by giving her a platform and a job that comes with a lot of responsibility and visibility. She is being treated like a celebrity and getting the kind of attention that only the top players on their team get. She enjoys all the benefits of being a Nike trademark athlete, including as customized clothing, marketing campaigns, and more. Now let's talk about the big issue. Aryna Sabalenka. While Eala gets all of this attention and this huge issue, Sabalenka has been left out. And the difference has never been more noticeable. For years, Sabalenka has asked Nike to modify their contract. She has never concealed the fact that she wants to be acknowledged as one of the top players in the world. Before this season, Sabalenka made it clear that she wanted a completely unique outfit that reflected her position as the best player in the world. That's how she thought Nike should handle her. But what did Nike say? They turned down her plea. They said they would not give Sabalenka the recognition she had asked for. Think about that for a moment. The world number one and multiple Grand Slam champion Sabalenka was told by Nike that she wasn't worth the money for a unique costume. Soon as Nike saw Eala's rising stardom and the enthusiasm she was generating, they acted swiftly to sign her to a massive contract. Isn't the message quite clear?
Unfortunately, next season it's not gonna be that special for me, but exactly.
Sabalenka has been employed with Nike for several years. She has won numerous titles. She has always been at the top. However, Nike declined to comply with her requests. But a young athlete with unquestionable potential who hasn't yet achieved Sabalenka's level of accomplishment, signs a $45 million contract and becomes the regional spokesperson for Nike. Sabalenka's disrespectful behavior is astounding.
As fans once again after Aryna Sabalenka said that she would not be getting any star treatment at the Slams next year. I'll discuss whether Aryna is truly being snubbed by the swoosh brand.
But wait, there's more to this story, and it gets even trickier. The relationship between Nike and Sabalenka has reportedly been deteriorating for a while, and recent events have only made things worse. According to the actress, Nike would no longer produce Sabalenka outfits. She has also hinted that she has been reaching out to Nike directly to try to persuade them to keep providing her with the legendary clothing she has been asking for. Their collaboration might not even endure through the rest of this year though, as things appear to be rapidly headed in the wrong direction. So what went wrong? Well, there are other factors at play. The first was Sabalenka's widely reported loss to Madison Keys at the US Open. She struggled with it, and it seems Nike wasn't pleased with the outcome. However, Sabalenka's contentious comments against Coco Gauff after golf's Roland Garros victory were more significant. Nike, a company that values its brand, was not happy to be associated with the controversy those comments sparked in the tennis world. Nike has been increasingly separating itself from Sabalenka both on and off the court. As these issues worsen, it's becoming clear that Nike is deliberately seeking to disassociate itself from Sabalenka, and the business is reportedly not supporting her behavior. They are protecting their reputation and brand image in the sports industry, even if it means cutting ties with a well-known athlete. But it doesn't stop there. It appears that nothing changed in spite of Nike's warnings about Sabalenka's actions and behavior. There are even claims that Sabalenka was racially attacking Aryna Sabalenka after her loss, and she was caught on camera ranting during the WTA finals. I want to make this clear right now. These are serious charges that present a serious problem if confirmed. Nike, which was already unhappy with several aspects of their relationship with Sabalenka, reportedly became extremely enraged by the way she treated her opponents throughout the competition. These behavioral issues seem to have irreparably damaged Nike's relationship with Sabalenka. When you consider the on-court annoyances, the controversial comments, and the reported mistreatment of other players, it becomes evident why Nike could be keen to move on. The signing of Alex Eala also suggests that Nike has made a decision on the future allocation of its resources. The timing of everything is particularly harsh for Sabalenka. Put yourself in her position. The world's best individual is you. You have many Grand Slam victories. You've been begging your sponsor to give you the credit you think you deserve for years, but they keep turning you down. Then, very immediately, they change their mind and give a young player who hasn't achieved what you have, despite his incredible potential, a large $45 million contract. That must be painful. Furthermore, from Nike's perspective, it is clear that they are taking a variety of factors into account when making their commercial decision. Eala is generating a lot of enthusiasm and has a lot of promise, especially in areas where Nike intends to grow. But this is more than just being a good tennis player. It has to do with future brand representation, public perception, behavior, and marketability. Furthermore, Nike has now demonstrated that Eala is a better investment than Sabalenka. Sabalenka can see the message rather clearly. Nike has moved on. They are giving their new celebrity their whole attention. Given this huge transaction, it is very unlikely that Sabalenka will get anything close to what she had hoped for. Her relationship with Nike may actually come to an end. What is the future of Sabalenka? Music. She will need to find a new sponsor if she continues in this manner with Nike. Losing a partnership with Nike is a significant financial and reputational blow, even though there are alternative businesses. Eala, however, has a wonderful opportunity. Now that she has the backing of one of the largest corporations in the world, it is her duty to reach her full potential and prove that Nike made the right choice. This whole thing is very crazy, and it will be interesting to see how it plays out over the following few months. Remember to provide your thoughts in the space provided for comments below. Do you think Nike made the right decision? Is Sabalenka being treated unfairly? Or did what she did contribute to this situation? And what are your thoughts on Alex Eala getting this significant deal? Share your thoughts with me. Remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more tennis news and discussion. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the future one. As this dramatic chapter in modern tennis continues to unfold, it becomes increasingly clear that what we are witnessing is not just a sponsorship change or a headline-grabbing contract, but a deeper shift in how global sports brands evaluate power, influence, personality, and long-term market strategy. Nike has never been a company that moves without calculation, and their reported massive commitment to Alex Eala signals far more than simple endorsement confidence. It signals vision. It signals expansion. It signals a deliberate pivot toward emerging markets, youthful energy, and the next wave of global tennis identity. At the same time, the situation surrounding Aryna Sabalenka highlights the uncomfortable truth that in elite sport, reputation, public perception, and brand harmony can sometimes weigh just as heavily as trophies and rankings. This is not merely about who is ranked number one today, it is about who represents tomorrow. For Eala, this opportunity carries enormous expectation. She is no longer just a promising talent with potential, she becomes a symbol of Southeast Asian tennis ambition, a face tied to one of the most powerful logos in global athletics, and a player whose every performance will now be analyzed not only through competitive results but through the lens of investment return. Pressure of this magnitude can elevate careers to legendary heights or test resilience in ways few athletes are prepared for. Every match, every interview, Every gesture on and off the court will now contribute to a larger narrative about whether this gamble becomes visionary genius or costly overconfidence. Meanwhile, Sabalenka's position in this evolving storyline is equally compelling. A proven champion, a Grand Slam winner, and an established global competitor, she represents the reality that dominance alone does not guarantee alignment with corporate strategy. In modern sports business, brands protect image with extreme care. Marketability, consistency, composure, and alignment with long-term branding goals often become silent deciding factors behind the scenes. When controversies, emotional reactions, or public disputes enter the equation, companies must weigh risk against reward. From a purely competitive standpoint, Sabalenka's achievements speak loudly. Yet from a branding standpoint, the equation becomes more complex, layered, and strategic. Nike's apparent shift suggests that they are thinking beyond the present season and instead focusing on where growth potential is strongest. Asia represents one of the fastest-growing sports markets in the world. Fan engagement, merchandise sales, youth participation, and digital reach in the region create enormous opportunity. By elevating Eala as a regional face, Nike is not just backing a player, they are planting a flag in a rapidly expanding landscape. This kind of move can reshape sponsorship hierarchies across the tour. Other brands will be watching closely. Competitors such as Adidas and New Balance have historically capitalized when opportunities were missed, and the memory of losing major athletes in the past likely plays into the urgency behind this decision. The sports industry remembers missed chances. Corporations learn from regret. And when a rising star generates momentum at the right cultural and commercial moment, hesitation can be costly. That urgency appears to define this turning point. But beyond corporate strategy and endorsement numbers lies the human dimension of this story. Athletes dedicate their lives to performance excellence. They endure grueling travel schedules, intense physical training, mental strain, and constant scrutiny. To feel undervalued by a long-term sponsor can sting deeply. To see another player receive unprecedented backing can amplify that feeling. Yet adversity has historically fueled some of the greatest comebacks in tennis history. Moments of perceived disrespect often ignite renewed hunger. The question now is whether this chapter becomes a motivational spark or a separation point that sends both parties in different directions. For fans, this is a rare inside look at the intersection of sport and business. We often focus only on rankings, statistics, and trophies, but behind every serve and every championship run exists a parallel competition. One fought in boardrooms, marketing meetings, and brand strategy sessions. Contracts shape narratives. Endorsements influence exposure. Exposure influences legacy. And legacy ultimately determines how history remembers a generation. If Eala transforms this opportunity into titles, finals appearances, and consistent high-level performance, this contract could redefine sponsorship standards for emerging players worldwide. Young athletes across developing tennis nations will see a blueprint: breakthrough visibility, regional impact, global brand alignment. It could open doors far beyond one individual career. On the other hand, if Sabalenka responds with dominance, silencing critics through performance and professionalism, the storyline could pivot dramatically, reminding the world that champions define their own worth on the court. That tension, between promise and proof, investment and validation, is what makes this moment so compelling. We are standing at a crossroads where brand ambition meets competitive reality. The coming months will test resilience, adaptability, and strategic clarity on all sides. Every tournament appearance will carry added weight. Every press conference will be dissected. Every result will feed the debate. And that debate belongs to you as much as anyone. Did Nike make a visionary move positioning itself for the next decade of market expansion? Or did they risk alienating a proven champion in pursuit of future potential? Is this the dawn of a new regional powerhouse era in women's tennis? Or the beginning of an unexpected rivalry fueled not only by competition but by commercial narrative? Share your perspective below and be part of this evolving discussion. Your insights, predictions, and analysis add depth to the conversation that shapes how these stories are understood. If you appreciate comprehensive breakdowns that explore both the athletic and business dimensions of tennis, make sure to support the channel by liking this video, subscribing for more in-depth coverage, and turning on notifications so you never miss the next major development. The landscape of professional tennis is shifting rapidly. Alliances evolve. Opportunities emerge. Reputations rise and fall. And sometimes, A single contract can alter the direction of an entire era. Stay tuned, because the next chapter in this unfolding saga may redefine not only careers, but the balance of influence across the global game.